you know, the braid down my edges so that they're protected underneath my frontal or wig or what have you that I'm wearing. So that is like the rundown for the products that I'm using. And I will pass the torch back over to Deanna.
Thank you so much, Malaysia. That was so informative. I was just sitting over here like, oh, wow. You use the entire line for different things, which I absolutely love that. So you're taking notes myself like, oh, wow, that's very useful. I haven't tried that yet. And I'm sure a lot of the guests are probably feeling the same way, that some of the tips and the secrets that you shared. I love the idea about the witch hazel. Like, I never thought of that. And even with taking down the braids, and actually having your stylist, you know, have the oil on her fingers, so it's slowly and still protecting your hair as you're taking down your braids. Absolutely love
Yes,
that. Thank you so much.
it seems a bit tedious, but it actually works. And if you want to protect your hair and you want to have like full, thick hair underneath your wig, these are things that are a must do. So I really think that you guys should follow.
So much. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Linda. So Malaysia, if you want to go ahead and go incognito on your webcam so therefore Linda can come up and you can still tune in and watch. Awesome. Thank you. All right, everyone. Was that informative or what? Like, hey, Linda. Linda is
Hi.
ready to go. I love it. So everyone, all the comments and questions that you have for Malaysia, make sure you have your notebook, write your questions down. We're going to open that up towards the end. So now we're going to pass it over to Linda. Linda, I am all ears. Please share with us how you, I mean, your tips, your advice, anything that you are open to give on how you maintain your healthy hair under there using the Blueberry Bliss Curl Collection.
Of course, of course. So first I want to say hi to everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I'm super excited about this. So thank you, Malaysia, too. She did great. This line is absolutely amazing. You guys know I change my hair so frequently. Like if you follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, just in life in general, you see I change my hair literally probably daily, maybe even every other day, but I always change my hair. But we also have to remember that when you change your hair a lot, it's kind of something that's very important to moisturize and take care of your hair, especially like me, if you wear wigs or weaves, you have to protect and treat your hair under there. You can't just forget about it. So I'm pretty much going to show you guys how I've been taking care of my hair with the Blueberry Bliss line. So if you've been a rider on my YouTube channel, you know that my first ever review of curls was like either 2012 or 2013, and it all started with the cream brulee, and I like fell in love with it. And I'm super excited about this line now because I can actually find it in my local Target. So super exciting. So pretty much this is the process. You guys know on my channel I'm very vulnerable and open and transparent. So I'm gonna do something a little ratchet. If you create a meme, at least get my good side, okay? So I'm gonna take off my wig, okay? I'm gonna take it off. Woo! Hunty. All right, so wig is off. This side, I'm not a good braider. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I suck at braiding. I just put like usually 2 braids. Unless it's straight hair, I do cornrows going back. Again, if you do a meme, please get my good side, okay? Good side. So pretty much this side is already done. I already moisturized it and did all that good stuff. But pretty much before I do anything, because I actually washed my hair this morning, I started off with the Blueberry Bliss hair wash. And as you can see as well, mine is almost done. I love this stuff. I already got my new bottle, like, ready. Like, I love this stuff. So pretty much this is really good at cleansing. I first cleanse my scalp with it. So I put it on my scalp and I like massage it in and get it all sudsy. And then I rinse it out. Then I follow up again with this and I put it on my whole hair shaft. Now the important thing about this that you don't want to miss is actually keeping it on for 10 minutes. You have to keep it on for 10 minutes. Literally, after that 10 minutes, you'll start to see and feel that your hair, one, becomes really defined. Like, it defines my curls even before I detangle it. Like, my hair is defined. It also gets softer within that 10 minutes. So please keep it on for 10 minutes, and you will see the amazingness of this stuff. So I pretty much section my hair usually in 4 sections in the middle, you know, quarters. And then after I do the wash and rinse that out, I go in with my reparative hair mask. Now, this is pretty much like a deep conditioning treatment, but you could keep it on for like 15 minutes while you're in the shower, or you could do like me, and when you get out the shower, you apply this to your wet hair, and then I like go around my house with a plastic cap and a towel. You know how that goes. But as you can see, it's done, and I'm like super sad I used the last of it this morning. This stuff is life. So I usually don't actually detangle with the wash. I detangle with the reparative mask. Literally the slip that you get with this stuff, the softness, everything is amazing. Oh, I'm looking crazy right now, but it's okay. So then I go in with that. I keep mine on for about 30 minutes. Sometimes an hour if I'm like busy doing stuff, but you really only need it on for 30 minutes. Then I rinse that bad boy out, and then I go in with this leave-in conditioner. So pretty much I'm going to take these twists out and put another set it off braid on the left side of my head so you guys could see. I pretty much already like moisturized this side just because you guys know shrinkage is real. So pretty much I'll just take like a little bit of this. I'm not going to take as much obviously because I pretty much already moisturized, but you could use more than this. And then I'm just going to work that in my hair like so, and you have to pay attention to your ends. It's very importante. And like, I don't know if you guys could see, like, it's already like defining my actual curls, but this stuff is okay. Then after I do that, I go in with the hair oil. So this oil is really cool because it has argan oil, blueberry extract oil, and blueberry extract oil, I learned, actually helps promote hair growth. So this is like, if you're trying to, you know, get them edges back, or you're trying to grow your hair out, this is the stuff to use. So I typically, and I'm not going to do it right now just because when I do it, oil drips down on my face, and like I'm already looking crazy, so I don't need my makeup to come off either. But I'll take this oil and I will put some in my hand like so and rub that together. And I really try to focus it on my ends first because I want to seal in that moisture. And of course, since I have color treated hair, this is also a really good oil for that as well. And then I just kind of massage my scalp when it's in there. Then I will go in with, this is optional. It depends what style you're doing. But sometimes when I have braids like this and I want to like take them out and wear them, like wear my hair in a braid style the next day, like a braid out, I'll actually go in with the Twist and Shout cream. So I'm going to use a little bit of this because I may actually take these braids out and wear my hair manana. So just going to take that and then work that in your hair as well. I lost my earring. And work that in. And then I'm just going to attempt to do a braid for you guys. And I don't know if you guys can see like my hair, how this stuff defines my hair like with no problem. But then I'm just going to go ahead and put like a random set it off braid. Again, I suck at braiding, so don't judge my braids. But this is what I do for curly hair. Again, if you wear a straight wig, I don't suggest this as much because it may not lay as flat. But if you follow me on Snapchat, just yesterday, I had 2 braids like this, and I definitely wore a straight wig as well. So it just depends how thick the hair is or whatever. But if you're a good braider, I would just say, just put cornrows in. So, and oh, my hair's super detangled already. Again, after I put the leave-in in the oil, I'll actually re-detangle my hair so that I have no problems with braiding. Like as you see, like I have no snags or pulls. And then another trick that I actually learned when I braid my hair, I don't braid all the way down because it actually is better if you start twisting as you get to the bottom. You actually get less breakage. So that's another tip that I learned down the line. So then once I get to the bottom, I'll just take a little bit more oil. Look at the shrinkage on this side. I'll just take a little bit more oil and apply that to the ends of my hair, like so. And then now what I do is I will take these two braids and kind of pin them like this. So that they're tucked and out the way, because again, you want your ends protected. So now I'm gonna go ahead and become not looking so crazy again, I guess, and put this wig on. You guys, this is like my favorite unit. And I'm just gonna put this back on. I really hope you guys didn't create a meme with me. And if you did, tag me. All right, so now sometimes with like curly hair, it can get really big and overpowering. There's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes I like to have more defined curls. So I actually use this line as well to define my curls. So pretty much all I really do is I spray my curly hair with water, like so. And just get it damp. You don't have to get it like soaking wet. And then I go in with the Blueberry Bliss jelly. And like, it's like, I don't know, it's like amazing. So pretty much I'll take that and then I'll rake that through my hair. And see, like, do you see that shine? Like, listen. I'm going to rave about this product after. I totally agree with Malaysia. This product was like, where have you been my whole life? Because this stuff is amazing. Like, look at that sheen. Like, amazing. So, I'm going to do this side as well. It's just like, not only does it define, but it gives you sheen as well. And then, just so that my wig doesn't fall off, I'll go in with some bobby pins to secure it on the side. And sometimes I sew it down, but again, I like to change my hair very often. So for the most part, I secure my wigs down with bobby pins if it's not something that I'm wearing long term. And then pretty much this gel, I use this gel on my French braids or whatever you want to call it, Dutch braids. I put this on as my last step. And when I say my hair is slick and laid, like, I feel like I share everything with Snapchat. Like, Snapchat knows my whole life. Snapchat people know that I slick my hair with this stuff because I usually wear two braids because I work out a lot. So pretty much this is great for natural hair as well. This is like my go-to. It's actually a botanical gel. So like it has really great benefits as well. And it keeps your hair defined, defrizzed, and it makes it shine, like bright like a diamond. Okay, and then for my edges, because of course you have to, you know, blend your edges with your units, or just treating your own natural hair, I use the control paste as well. And I would just take like this much, and I will slick my baby hair down. I am a baby hair person. My mom's been slicking my baby hair since I was like 2. So this is something I always do. And the good thing about this paste is that it also contains the blueberry extract. So you could actually grow your edges back with that. Like, I sometimes put this on my hair at night too, when I like want to feel cute going to bed, because it actually has benefits to help your edges. So why not? So yes, I'm using a toothbrush for anyone that's wondering. That's how I do my baby hair. And then boom, you see? Laid. And then usually to like kill that line of demarcation, I will go in with some concealer. This is an angled brush. It already has some concealer on it. So actually, you know what? I'm not going to use this. Actually, yeah, whatever. So I will actually put some concealer on. And then I will go in with some powder that matches my skin tone, of course. I'm dropping everything. And then I just take, this is just a regular eyeshadow brush, and I will set that concealer. So it helps a little bit with blending, see? And that's pretty much that. Now, as for vitamins go, I've been taking the Blissful liquid hair growth vitamins. These are different than regular vitamins, of course, because it is liquid. And you need like a tablespoon a day. That's the serving amount. And what I can say about this compared to like other things that I've tried, again, if you've seen my YouTube page, you know I had some experiences with some of these hair growth vitamins. But this one is different. It's a liquid, and it actually absorbs like 98% versus like, I think pills are like 20%, something around there. This is actually 98%. So you literally get pretty much all the benefits of this. Again, since I work out a lot, for some reason, I feel like when I take this, I get a boost of energy, and then I go even harder on my workouts. So I know it does speed up your metabolism as well. So that's another benefit to me. And let's see. I showed you guys pretty much everything, right? Oh, yes. So when I'm taking this down, I actually will use the oil, which dropped. I use the oil to take my braids down. I'll apply it to my scalp again, massage it, get it nice and oiled. As you can see, like it's pretty much done. So I massage my scalp, I get my hair nice and coated, and then I take out my braids, and then I kind of use it as like my pre-poo treatment again for starting pretty much the mask or the hair wash, I'm sorry. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do when I'm taking my installed down. So as far as my weave hair goes, what I've used on it thus far from this line, of course, is the jelly. And I've also used just a slight smidget of oil on my straight hair when I have flyaways, just to kind of tame it. So yeah, that's pretty much my whole thing and how I use the Blueberry Bliss line. I was super transparent taking off my wig, y'all. But pretty much that's what I do. I love the vitamins, and oh, don't forget to put in your refrigerator. But that's pretty much it.
Thank you so much, Linda. That was so informative. I was over here laughing. Thank you for being so transparent. We absolutely appreciate that, because that's what we need to know is, you know, exactly what does that look like when we're wearing extensions or wigs? What does that look like? How to take care of the hair under there, how to prep it, how to make sure we have a protective style, how to, you know, to put the wig on. And then even after you have the wig on or the extensions on, you're still able to use the collection. I love it. Love it, love it. Thank you so much for sharing.
Of course.
Everyone, we're going to take it. You're very welcome. We're going to take it back to Malaysia. She messaged me and said that she had more that she wanted to share with y'all. So let's go over back to Malaysia and open that up for her. So let's see here. There she is. All right, Malaysia, take it away.
So I totally forgot about the blissful links. And I know that Linda mentioned it, but I literally sometimes like forget to take my hair vitamins, and I want to get better at doing the hair vitamins, because like I feel like I will see a bigger like difference with the length of my hair if I stay consistent with it. So I want you guys to hold me accountable, and I know you will, because as soon as I do something wrong, you'll be quick to set me straight. So make sure that I stay on top of this. Someone told me that I should put it in my refrigerator, so when I get ready to give the kids juice, like it'll be there as a reminder. So listen, so I'm going to make sure that today I take it, and this is called the Blissful Links, the liquid hair growth vitamin. And it's actually, I took it a couple of times before, and it was actually very good. And, you know, most hair vitamins kind of make me sick, so I think that's probably why I kind of was like hesitant. But like the couple of times that I took it before, it did not make me sick. I was able to continue my day, and I didn't feel like oh, or whatever. And a lot of people want to know like how many dosage of biotin it has in it, and it has 2,500 milligrams of biotin a day. So you have to only just take it once a day, and I'm gonna try to chill it because for me it tastes like a popsicle. So maybe it'll even taste like a bigger popsicle with a cold. So listen, I'm a mom, and so I'm used to using this little apparatus right here, because it goes down faster versus the cup. So I'll pour it in here, and then put it in here because I just like it this way, and my kids like it that way too. So you guys are gonna see me do it that way. So don't laugh at me. Um, I even slip up sometimes and say I'm going to the potty on my show. So I'm born and bred mom. So I'm sorry, guys, but we're going to watch this live in action, and hopefully I've poured enough. I'm actually really good at this, like a little nurse. And this is really good. Like I said, it tastes like a popsicle, like a creamsicle. It doesn't have like an aftertaste or anything to it. And literally, we're going to keep each other accountable and taking this, because you can actually, you can do everything that you can by putting in your products and, keeping your natural hair great, but you also have to, take care inside wise and make sure that you get the right amount of vitamins and stuff like that to promote a healthy hair growth. So that's that's that. Again, you can put it in your refrigerator to make sure that it's cold. Just try to like I am. I'm going to try to make sure that I put it in my eyesight so that I can take it every day, because I like, besides like working out and eating healthy and stuff like that, you want to make sure that not only are you taking care of it with the products. The regular products, but you also want to make sure you take care of yourself. Okay, so the next thing is how long I leave in my extensions. We all know that I get bored really easily with my hair, so I cannot leave anything in longer than 3 weeks. I know. I really don't leave my braid down in long, I guess I would say max a month, but that is like a far stretch for me. And I would never do 2 months. I know if you have a weave-in, you could kind of, get away with it a little bit longer, but I haven't worn a weave-in forever. I honestly don't really put a lot of heat on my natural hair, and I pretty much want to say it's probably been almost like 8 or 9 months since I actually like put heat on my hair. I pretty much like every 3 weeks have my stylist come in, wash it, and braid it up, and I put some kind of wig or U-part or something on my hair. And I'm really good about protecting my hair because I went a while without doing the right thing. So after I had my twins, my hair was super long and flowy and beautiful, and I would get my ends clipped like, every time my stylist told me that I needed to do it. And I'm going to say that it probably was like once a month she would like go in and clean it up and things like that. But now, like every time I'll wait, you know, like a month or two because I don't wear my hair that much. So I'll wait like every 3 or 4 months before I get my ends clipped. And like, you know, go through a real like salon, and because I don't really like going to the salon, so I'm gonna just tell y'all that secret. I like to do everything from my home. I'm a homebody, so I pretty much, if I can get you to come to my house and do a service, you're in, you're suckered, you're married for to me for life. Because I'm like, yeah, get over here, right now. And so I use the what I do is I just kind of let people come to my house and take care of my hair. If I have to do some things on my own, whenever you see the curly wig, it's because I can't get my stylist to come and do my hair. So I have this curly unit that, again, how I was introduced to curls was because it was one of those times where I had to wear my curly unit, and I was looking for a way to redefine the curls. And I'm trying to make this present so that you can see it, and it's the Blueberry Bliss Curl Control Jelly. Now, the unit that I have, it's like this super duper curly unit, and it's so cute. And what I wanted to do is just, you know, I was like, dang, why does the curls look so dry by the end of the day? And so I washed it, and with the little travel products that, you know, that I got out of the bag while I was in Atlanta, and I was like, oh, this worked because it's giving me a shine, it's giving me a curl. And then I went back and I was like, you know, this curl control jelly, let me see what it, you know, if it really works. And it did. So that's how I was married into the product from this right here. And then I actually, like, I mean, I was married to the product because it actually worked and because it actually smelled good. This blueberry smell is so amazing. It's so refreshing to smell. And like I said to you guys before, you could smell your hair. It's almost like when you're musty, you can smell if you're musty. So you don't want to walk around with stinky hair. And the products actually smell good. And so this is why I like it. This is why I use the witch hazel. This is I make sure that, you know, my scalp and my hair underneath smells good, and these products really help me to, you know, achieve the goal that you know, I like to set because I love to smell my hair. I really hope that, you know, my tips helped you guys, because I use them, and I like them. So I hope that I helped you guys a whole lot. And if you have any other questions, I'm sure there'll be some time for you to ask me some questions. But for right now, I'm going to turn it back over to Deana, and she's going to keep the party rolling. Okay?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Malaysia. I really appreciate that. And I love how you actually take the vitamin. That is awesome. You can totally tell that you're a mother. So you're like, hey, this apparatus right here, this is I love it, love it. Use whatever you have to make it work for you. That was great. And I also think that it tastes like a popsicle too. So I'm right there with you. Thank you. All right, everyone. So I see that there are questions already coming down in the question box. So let's do this. So Malaysia has talked to us, gave us all of her tips, all of her secrets, things that we can apply. Linda has went all out. She exposed herself. She was transparent. So let's open up for questions and answers. So I'm going to go over now to the question box. So what I will ask you all to do as you write your question in, if there is a particular person that you want that question to be directed towards, make sure you write at the very beginning, Malaysia dash, then your question, Linda dash, and then your question. That way, we can actually get these questions rolling. So what I'm going to do is open the questions up, stand by, give me some time to scroll through them. If I can have Malaysia and Linda come live on their webcam, so therefore whenever I ask the questions, you ladies can just go right into answering them, because we do have a few of them scrolling in. Let me see here. So if I could get, all right, Linda's there. Malaysia's probably over there taking another sip of that vitamin since she said it tasted like a popsicle. So if I can get Malaysia on, she'll probably tune in soon. All right, there we go. Awesome, ladies. Okay, so I am about to scroll through the questions. So let's see, scrolling back up, scrolling back up. Oh, wow, okay. Y'all bear with me here. Here. Okay, Linda, what unit is that and where do you buy your wigs? Okay, first let me clarify this. I'm sorry, I did not state that at the very beginning. Everyone, if we can maintain the questions to be questions about the topics that we spoke about today, you can follow both of these ladies on their Instagram, at Malaysia in the City, and I am Linda Elaine, to ask any personal questions, such as using this one as an example in terms of the unit. So if we could just make sure the questions are focused on what the ladies share with us today, and any questions that you might have about the Blueberry Bliss collection and how they use that collection to grow their healthy hair under there. So I believe that was Tiffany. Tiffany, if you don't mind asking Linda that question later on, you can follow her on her Instagram and ask her that question. I'm sure she has it on her YouTube channel for you. So I'm going to go right on to the next one. There was also another question about your unit, Linda. So everyone wants to know about that one. All right, let's see here. Stand by, going through. All right, so there is a question. So have either one of you, Malaysia or Linda, have y'all experienced any shedding, or have you ever seen any reduction in shedding once you started taking the vitamin?
Well, for me, no, I have not, because I said I am not consistent with it as of yet, and I'm going to make sure that I do. And like I said, I want you guys to hold me accountable to that. So as of right now, no, I have not seen any shedding, and I'm sure I won't.
The same for me. I mean, for me, my natural hair, it does shed. I'm not one of those lucky girls who get like no shedding. But upon taking the vitamins, I did notice a decrease in my shedding. So I'm still shedding, but a decrease.
Awesome. Alicia, that question is for you, and that was your answer. So Malaysia, it says, what does Malaysia use to slick her hair up into that beautiful bomb bun that she wears?
Girl, I told you it is what is it? The Blueberry Bliss Curl Control Paste. Boop, boop, this right here. It's amazing and it smells good. It's protective for your edges, and a little bit goes a long way. So I'll make sure that I'll take the leave-in conditioner, which is here. After I get out of the shower, it makes it easier when you get out the shower, girl. So after I get out of the shower, I put in the leave-in conditioner. And okay, I'm going to start by saying I don't know how to do my own hair, so that's probably why I never wear it, because it's so thick. So I was just telling my manager that my ponytail, literally, it goes from the back, and then it goes to the middle, and then it ends up at the top, because I only know how to do those three styles on myself for some reason. So I use this leave-in conditioner, and I kind of like just brush it up all the way to the top or whatever. I put my ponytail holder on, and then I take my toothbrush and kind of slick it up, to how I want. And then I take my hair, comb it out or brush it out, and then twist it, put the bun in, and voila. Yeah.
All right, Jacqueline, that was your answer to your question. Thank you so much, Malaysia. So this is for either one of you. To anyone, can the blueberry jelly be used on dry hair, or is it best when you use it on your wet hair?
I use the jelly on damp hair, actually, because I find that it works with my hair best at that time. But if I'm using it, because I actually use it for my baby hair too, if I'm using it for my baby hair is dry. So I think you could use it either way. But me personally, I use it on wet or damp hair.
And there's been times where I was out and took my little travel size one, and like when I felt like my hair needed a little, a little revamp, I put it on dry hair, and it does the same. It gives it a little shine. It smells good, and it kind of like gives it a little revamp while you're out. Because sometimes curly hair has that little frizzy look to it, and you're like, damn,
Hmm.
I still want to look good. So I pull it out, rub it in my hair, and I just kind of just run my fingers through it, fluff it back up, and I'm back in the game.
Awesome. All righty. So for Destiny from the Bronx, she said, Malaysia, what should I do when I want to maintain the moisture in my hair even under a wig?
like like again, when you want to keep your moisture in your hair, you have to use oils. And like I said, what I do is I use a little witch hazel to just kind of like clean my scalp, because the dandruff brings in dryness, and you want to get the dandruff out first. And then, like, it's just almost giving yourself a little mini wash without really actually washing your hair. And then I put my oil between my braids, and I make sure that I do that at least like maybe 3 times a week, just to keep it, just to keep it moisturized. And then you go back, like you do it at night before you go to bed, put your headscarf on. When you wake up in the morning, you're refreshed. Put your wig back on and go about your day.
Thank you. Linda, she's, let's see here. This is Adria. She's saying that you mentioned on your Instagram and also while you were doing your demo that you were probably going to possibly take your braids out and wear it out. So she was asking, what tips do you have when you're using the Curls products for your braid outs?
Okay, so typically when I do like a twist out or a braid out or anything like that, I like to do it on the days that I co-wash or the days that I actually just wash my hair, like today. Um, and again, I'll use the leave-in and I'll put that in my hair, kind of like the demo that I did. But the last step, which is very important, is the twist and shout cream. That's what I actually use to like hold whatever style I'm doing, because it'll give you more definition when you use this. Not that you won't get it with the leave-in conditioner and the oil by itself, but this will just give you that extra hold. So I always follow up with a little bit of that, and I concentrate that really good on my hair, and then the next day it'll be defined. Follow me on Snapchat, you'll probably see it tomorrow, because that's just what I do.
Thank you so much. All right, Linda, another question. Can you wear the reparative hair mask overnight?
Hmm. I mean, me personally, I haven't tried that. But again, I kind of mentioned that sometimes I do get lazy with rinsing out my conditioners. So as far as the reparative mask goes, I think the longest I kept it on so far was probably 2 hours. But I have fell asleep in deep conditioners, and sometimes I don't actually rinse the mask out completely. So I guess that's kind of the same thing. So I don't see why it would hurt you. I mean, sometimes you just get lazy and you just don't feel like washing it out. So I do it.
I feel you.
Yes.
All right, Malaysia. We have a question from Kiki. She's asking, on average, how much of your hair growth is between your visits to the salon when using the Curls Blueberry Bliss products?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Yes. So she asks, how much growth in your hair have you noticed in between your salon visits or when your stylist comes and visits you to do your hair? How much hair growth on an average have you seen with using the Blueberry Bliss collection?
You know what? I am not like a stickler. Like I'm like, hey, Harriet, like when you blow dry my hair, let me see. Let me see, let me see. But I noticed that when it comes down to like the shine, and when it comes down just like the strength, and like I don't like my hair don't shed a lot. So like just looking at that, I see a big difference in my hair. It is very healthy. It is very full. And when I wear my ponytails, I can tell my curl pattern is coming back. So when it comes down to that, I can answer. But my hair has always been like, a great length. So I've never been like, oh, I want long hair. It's not even a big deal for me because I have the weeds.
All right, thank you. Another question, Malaysia. Do you wash your scalp while you have your protective style in, or do you just only use the witch hazel?
You know what? I do not wash my hair when I have my braids down, because my hair swells up. I have really, really, really thick hair. And so if I was to physically try to wash my braids, my wig would look like a helmet. So I hope, like, my hair is so big and I have big tight curls, like it literally will just look like a mountain on the top of my head. So I'm not even going to play those games. I just kind of use the witch hazel and the oil, and that works for me. So when I leave out the house and the wind blows, I smell it and it smells like blueberry mist. It doesn't smell like, sweat and, dandruff. If I'm too graphic, sorry guys.
Absolutely. All right, Linda, how often do you wash your hair in between wigs?
I wash my hair once a week. So I will do the reparative wash and the reparative mask once a week. And my wash day is Saturday or Sunday, depending on the week, but just once a week. And then in between that, I'm like co-washing and I moisturize every other night.
Awesome. All right, this question is for Linda from Teresa. She said, Linda, what other styles do you typically do when you use these products, and which products are your absolute favorite? I know that's a hard question.
Well, my favorite would definitely be the leave-in conditioner and the jelly. And then, oh, that's hard. Okay, wait. Okay, so it would be the jelly, the leave-in, and, oh, damn. Okay, and the reparative mask because, okay, the reparative mask, one, because I feel like it really helps me detangle my hair. I have super kinky curly hair, so I'm like type 4. So I really do feel like the reparative mask gives me slip to actually get through my hair. As far as like moisturizing, again, like I've been a curls junkie since 2013. Like it's something about the leave-in conditioners that like I don't know, I can't explain. It just literally makes your hair feel like butter. And then the jelly, again, like it slicks your hair. Like I usually put a satin scarf on at night. So like if I put that on and I do like my 2 French braids or whatever, my hair will be laid, like waves and all, and sheen, all of that. So those are like, that was hard, but those are my go-to ones.
Well, thank you. I know that was a hard question. I was thinking when I was reading, I was like, oh my goodness, I don't even know how she's going to
Right.
answer this because y'all see, I have the entire collection. I'm like a
Yeah,
fan,
that's hard.
full-fledged fan. All right, so I know it is. It's a hard one, but thank you so much for answering that. All right, Malaysia, have you ever used the Curls products on a wash and go?
Yeah, I like all the time. Like I said, I wash and go my own hair and I wash and go my wigs as well. So I use the Blueberry Curls Control. I use the leave-in conditioner, and it works very well. The smell is amazing. And one thing about me, I don't like dry hair, and it gives you a nice healthy look. You have shine to it, and you're not walking around like not looking polished. Like if it's dry, it doesn't work well with me.
Got it. All righty. So I have another question for both of y'all. Malaysia and Linda, how else do you apply the oil? Do you also use it to seal the moisture in your hair after styling it?
Okay, so for me, I use the oil in a lot of different ways. So I use the oil directly after my leave-in to seal in my moisture as well as my ends. I put a lot of this oil on my ends. But at night, I also massage my scalp with this oil because it has a blueberry extract, which actually stimulates growth. So I use that on my scalp. Like if it's not every night, it's every other night. Another thing, again, I use it for pre-pooling. So if I'm like taking down my braids after a wig or like whatever these things are under this wig, whatever, I will use this oil as well to take those down because it helps with snagging. Because again, I have type 4 hair, so it tangles. So this helps me not get snagging.
I would probably say the same thing. Again, like I use the oils for like all the time in my hair, like at night. So I mean, tie it down because I like, to keep the moisture in my braids.
Mhm.
Because I don't wash my hair as often, I want to make sure that my hair is always moisturized. I don't like dry, remember. And I use it at the end of my braids. I use it on my edges, whenever. say if I do have it sewn down, because sometimes I sew it down. You know, I'm on that show
Mhm.
now, and you gotta tie your wig
Yeah.
down. So sometimes, so whenever I can't actually get to the entire braid, sometimes I take the oil and I just kind of go around the perimeters just to make sure that everything is intact. If I'm feeling a little dry, you guys with
Mhm.
the front toes, it's got to be, and you want to make sure that with the paste, you are not promoting, dryness and pulling out your edges and stuff like that. So I just kind of like pull it back, put my oil around there, and just leave it for the night and then come back and start again. So I use the oil a lot.
Awesome. All right, last one, ladies, and this one actually is for both of you. So, Linda in Malaysia, how long does your curly wig last while using the Curls products on it?
Well, I think that's a tough question because it definitely depends upon the hair quality. But as far as like maintaining the hair, I will say that it helps me with washing it because I have used the reparative wash on it. I haven't used the mask because I'm too selfish to use my mask on my weave hair. But as far as the wash goes, it helps me with detangling it. And pretty much the jelly is just like you can still see that it's shining in that area that I put it. So I think it helps with that because,
Hmm.
if your hair is not frizzy, it's not tangling on itself. So that's how I could say.
Absolutely.
And I feel like I've had a curly wig. The one that I'm talking about that introduced me to the product. It's been like a year and a half now, and it's still perfect. And I think I just had it on maybe a few weeks ago, guys. So it definitely like brought it back to life because I thought that it was over for this wig, and it's been a whole nother year now. So the products are amazing when it comes down to like really, really curly hair. And if it does wonders on my nappy hair, imagine with someone with real curly hair makes it and made it like look amazing.
Great. Thank you both so much. So what we're going to do is I actually have the Curls brand educator who is going to get on here live. I was taking a look at the questions that were coming through, and I know that a lot of y'all have questions actually about the product. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to buzz in our brand educator, Janelle, and I'm going to let Linda and Malaysia lay back, relax for a little while. Linda will come back on and do the giveaway. But in the meantime, I just want to make sure that I'm getting most of your questions answered in terms of the products. And I know there was a lot of questions about the liquid vitamin in terms of breakage, in terms of using the jelly on the wig. So what we're going to do is bring in Janelle, and I will ask that Linda and Malaysia, you just go ahead and turn your webcams off, go on mute, relax a little bit, and I'll buzz you back in for the giveaway, Linda. All right. Janelle, are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Just if you can make sure that you are live on your webcam for me.
Okay. I
There.
think I am.
Hello,
Hey, everybody.
Janelle. Hello. So I am receiving tons of questions over here about the Curls Blueberry Bliss line. So I have questions that are asking in terms of how well the products last on, wigs or extensions to, is there any breakage that they can expect from taking the vitamin? And also questions about, if you have the full size product, how long will that product last? If you go and purchase it from Target, can it last me a month or so? Or what do you see in terms of the brand?
Good questions. Okay, I'm gonna try to remember what you've said and answer them, and then if you could just shoot me some more questions, I'm happy to catch as many as I can of what's been posted. Excuse me, let me get my mic so I'm not yelling in your ear. The first question that I remember was if you order the full line, I have them surrounding me here, like from Target, you go to Target and get your line. I would say the full collection, full size, can last you, it just really depends on your hair. How often do you cleanse? How often do you use your leave-in, for example? I would think maybe 2 months. It should last you maybe 2 months. Again, that depends on who you are and how you wear your hair. If you do a lot of twist outs, you may need to replace your twist out thing. Typically, most women are cleansing their hair every few days if their hair is short or very oily, or once a week if their hair is pretty normal. So do consider that, but I will tell you what you'll fall in love with and need even more of, and that is the leave-in. It serves as your detangler. It's your moisturizer. You will use this often. So if you are going to buy the full collection, I recommend you purchase 2 of the leave-in conditioners and maybe 2 of the paste, because you're going to go through these 2 a lot because they're your daily stylers. Hopefully that answered that question. Another question I feel like I heard you ask was about the vitamin. Please refresh me, Deana. What is your next?
Absolutely. So let me go ahead. I see they're coming in now already. Oh, here's a great question. Can I continue taking my daily multivitamin along with the Blueberry Bliss vitamin? That question is from Kimberly. So then that's what she's wanting to know.
Okay, thank you, Kimberly. That's a great question. You can, if you want. This Blissful Links, a liquid hair growth vitamin, is it's gentle on your body. It is a liquid, so it's going to infuse into your bloodstream instantly, and you will receive 98% of what's in here of your daily shot, which will be 1 tablespoon per day. What I would recommend that you do, consider why you're taking a multivitamin, and look at the back and see what is in this vitamin, see what is in your multivitamin, and then make a decision from there. If you feel like you need more, or if you feel like this will have enough for you, then I think that's a good, safe, calculated way to determine if you should take both or the other. How's that, Deana?
That is great. When I started taking the vitamin myself, honestly, I just started taking the liquid vitamin. I stopped my multivitamin because I read the back of the label and I saw all of what it included. I was like, wow, this takes care of everything. And it's so easy to take because it's a liquid. So if I don't have to try to shove vitamins down my throat, then I'll just take the liquid vitamin. But thank you so much for answering that, Janelle. I'm getting tons of questions about this vitamin. Does the vitamin cause breakouts?
The vitamin does not cause breakouts. One thing that is, I have to say this, of course, as the educator, if you are sensitive in certain areas to certain ingredients, if you have a reaction, then you should stop taking it. We do not hear very harmful things about the vitamin. We hear so many wonderful things about what the vitamin is doing for people, but it's based on the individual. One thing that I will note is that there's half the amount of biotin in this vitamin, and therefore people do not have the harsh reactions that most hair vitamins cause on women and men or whoever's taking the vitamin. There's 2,500 mcgs of biotin in this, and it's just 1 dose per day, whereas most vitamins will have you take a double dosage of that per day. So you should not see big breakouts, or any breakouts for that matter. You'll want to make sure that you're taking a lot of water so that it can infuse into your body well. And I think you'll just find that this really is a good alternative. If you've had a bad experience in the past with something else, do give your liquid vitamin a try.
Great. All right. So I have a couple of questions that everyone's kind of asking the same thing. How, on average, how fast will they see results from taking the liquid vitamin?
That's also a great question. Here's what you should know first and foremost. Most of our scalp produces 1/4 of an inch of growth to 1/2 an inch of hair growth per month with a healthy lifestyle and diet. When you add the nutrients that you really need, you'll see an increase in that. So after 2 weeks, it's really hard to see any growth. In the first 2 weeks, you'll most likely see a burst of energy. You'll see your skin clear up. You'll see your nails kind of get firm, and you'll see less shedding in the first few weeks. I recommend going 3 months before you give it, a really hardcore assessment. But to be honest, you'll see after about a month, you'll notice that you will have more growth. If you are someone and you want to know for sure, is this working for me? Before you start taking it, we recommend you cleanse your hair, get a good deep treatment, and moisturize, seal your ends, get a trim to start off. And then do a length check so that you know exactly where you're starting. And then every month, every 2 to 3 weeks, do a length check so that you know how you're doing, how your hair is doing. So I recommend a month to really see results, but the real truth is after 2 weeks, you will know something.
Awesome. And most of the vitamins, this is a question from Tamira. She's saying a lot of vitamins say take it with a meal. Is that the same with this one?
No, ma'am. You do not need to take this with a meal. You can if you like, but digestive issues have not been reported with this vitamin. But there's a number of ways that you can take it. I take it straight from the refrigerator every morning. When I spoke to Malaysia, she mentioned that she gives her boys, her kids, their Claritin every morning. I give my son his Benadryl in the morning, and I take my shot of my liquid vitamin. I like it cold, so I keep it in the fridge. But you can take it in a number of ways, including in your smoothie. You can put a shot in your smoothie, put a shot in your coffee, put a shot in your water for a blueberry flavor in your water with some ice, maybe add some lemon if you really wanted to. It's a good taste. One thing that I like to say is these aren't your grandpa's vitamins. You know, like I feel like it's a beauty potion. I feel beautiful when I take it, and you will too. So hopefully I just answered that question before I get off topic.
Yes, you did. And on average, how long does a vitamin last?
One bottle of vitamins contains 15 servings, which will last you 15 days, one serving per day. I have had it reported very frequently that many women can go 20 days for whatever reason, taking 1 tablespoon per month, but you will technically need 2 bottles per month to get you through your full month.
Great, great. And here is another question from Peach James. I love that name. Do any of your products, do any of the Blueberry Bliss products include silicones or sulfates?
No, they do not. Our products are organically formulated. The ingredients are certified organic ingredients. We talk a lot about blueberry for a reason. We have found that the blueberries have powerful plant chemicals that enhance the production of the hair follicles. They serve as purifiers for your scalp, and they boost blood flow and oxygenation of your cells. There's so many wonderful things that it does. There are no sulfates in the products, and there are no artificial, I can't think of the other word that you just mentioned, silicones. There's no silicones. Yes. Even in our oil, if you have used a silicone-based oil or serum, you will not find that here, but you will still see the silkening effects of the oil, even though it does not contain any silicone. Great question.
Awesome. Yes, that was a great question. And I do have a few people asking, is a vitamin safe to take if you're pregnant?
That's a great question. Is it safe to take while pregnant? Yes, it is. However, we care about your health most of all. We want to give you an accurate answer. You should be under the care of a pediatrician. If you are concerned, please bring your bottle to your pediatrician and speak to them about it. Based on the challenges or lack thereof in your pregnancy, they can give you a better decision since you're under the care of a professional. But no, they're wonderful, they're organic, and they're great for you.
Yes, as soon as I saw that question, that's exactly what I was thinking, the same exact thing. So I have Denise, and Denise has explained to me via the question box that are there any animal byproducts in any of the Blueberry Bliss collection?
No, ma'am. No animal byproducts. They are natural, plant-based, and while I'm here, they're gluten-free. I've gotten that question a few times. Gluten-free products as well. Safe. And the reason for that, when our CEO and founder, her name is Mahisha Dellinger, hopefully you all have heard of her. If not, please look into her. When she made these lines, she wanted to make something that was good and healthy for the whole family. She's a mother of 4 and didn't want to have something in the house that her children can get their hands on and be hurt or harmed even from their skin, because we know that you can reach your bloodstream even through your skin. So that's why she's made these products certified organic, with certified organic ingredients to give you a healthy product.
Awesome. Alrighty, so we have another question. How often do you suggest washing? Is a wash considered a shampoo or a co-wash?
Oh, those are wonderful questions. It's going to be a mouthful. Bear with me. Here's what I would say on that. The cleanser, the Blueberry Bliss Reparative Hair Wash is a wash. It is a cleanser. It's sulfate-free, so it's gentle, but it will get you a good cleanse. Why is that important? Because you're most likely wanting to moisturize your hair and have healthier hair, so we want to make sure that we get rid of all of the debris and give you a clean palette before you put on your mask. So these are going to go hand in hand. So the wash is not considered a co-wash, although it is a moisturizing cleanser. How often should you use it? I've got 4A, 3C hair, I use it once per week. If I'm working out a lot, I may use it twice a week. You need to make sure that you're paying attention to how your hair feels and what it needs. If it needs to be cleansed, then you use a cleanser. If you only need to refresh your hair for a new style, then you can just do a co-wash with our Blueberry Bliss Reparative Hair Mask. You can also use our Blueberry Bliss leave-in conditioner for added moisture as well. So I just want to make sure I went over that. If you really just need to up the ante on your moisture, you can do a co-wash. But if your hair is in a place where it needs to be cleansed, you really do want to cleanse roughly once per week, more or less based on your lifestyle. If you sweat a lot or if your hair is very oily, then you cleanse more often. If you do not, then you cleanse less often. But the rule of thumb is cleanse when necessary.
Absolutely. Yes, you did. All right. So I have a question here from Erica. She said, what products did Janelle use for her hairstyle today?
Thanks for asking. I used the leave-in. It's my primer. Okay, let's start all over. I cleansed last night with the Blueberry Bliss Reparative Hair Wash, followed with the mask, because I'm really on this. I'm growing and slaying like y'all growing and slaying. Okay, so I'm focused. Then I moisturize with the leave-in, seal with the oil, and while we had movie night as a family last night, I twisted with the Twist and Shout cream. And this morning when I took it out and kind of refreshed it, I used more oil. And if I wanted to kind of get an extra curl, I used the jelly just to kind of refresh like little curls that I needed more definition on. Of course, it was like so skinny. Like my hair gets really skinny because it's very fine. So I got to pick and picked it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Of course, this is healthy hair under there, so I got some extra up in here, okay. And I used the leave-in and the jelly on my extensions. I've got some clip-ins in right now. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. All right, last question before we get ready for this giveaway. I know everyone is excited to see who's going to win this awesome giveaway package. So let's see here. I have a good question right here from Trish. Trish says, is it safe? She said, I do my lock method. And is it safe to do my lock method with the leave-in oil and the Twist and Shout?
Yes, it is. It is. But let's talk about that a little bit. The lock method is a moisturizing technique where they recommend the L stands for the leave-in, the O stands for the oil, and the C stands for cream. You've chosen your Twist and Shout cream. Let me make sure I have it. Drop-in products. The answer to that question is yes. You can do the moisturizing leave-in with the cream and skip the oil if you want to, because there is oil in this product. However, if you only need moisture, I recommend you just doing the leave-in and the oil. This is actually enough to moisturize and lock in the moisture. However, if you want to do these two together, you can. Just make sure you understand that this is a formulated styler as well. So although it is going to preserve your moisture that you just added, it has a styling agent in here to hold your twists, add some shine, things like that. So if you're looking for this to act just like an oil, it will act similarly to an oil with the added styling benefit. The answer to your question is yes, but I wanted to make sure that you understood why.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Janelle. So I have two questions in terms of purchasing. So I'm just going to take the time. Let me get my webcam back on here.
Okay.
Just to answer the questions that came through, I have a question that said, can the collection, I have two questions, and that way I can sum them up and you can answer them all at the same time, Janelle. Can this collection be found anywhere in Mexico? That's the first question. Second question, does the liquid hair growth vitamin come in bundles?
Okay. The first question on Mexico is, from the top of my head, I couldn't tell you if we're in Mexico. I bet we are. What I recommend for all of those who are nationwide and abroad is to visit www.curls.biz and click where to buy. If you go there, you will see a store locator, and if you'll enter your address or your personal information and it will show you what stores are closest to you. In the States, we are in Target, CVS, we are in Rite Aid, and oh my goodness, so many stores top of my head. Walgreens.
We're in Walgreens. Yeah, and there are more. Actually, some of the local hair stores that you might visit often that might be close by you, they also carry Curls products. So it's either good to just call if you have a favorite hair store that you go to all the time. I have one close by me that but I'll call before I go and say, hey, I'm looking for, the Blueberry Bliss Curls, liquid hair vitamin, whatever you're looking for on that day. Just give them a call and call the store that you before you drive over there and make the commute. Just ask them, and they'll let you know exactly what they have on their shelves before you make a trip out there. But we're online. We're, like, say, Target, so we're pretty much everywhere. In terms of the bundle, that was the next question about
the bundle. The products are sold individually online. If you want to purchase them and choose your own kit, you can. Every now and then, stay tuned on our Frizz-Free Curls Instagram page or Facebook page, any of our social media outlets. Every now and then, we may do a sale where we'll sell them in a certain packet and a certain bundle, but they are right now sold as a full collection, or you can get them individually.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Janelle. I really appreciate you taking the time to tune in and answer all the questions. There are tons of questions. Unfortunately, I'm not able to get to every last one of them, but you know where you can find us. You can follow us on Instagram at Frizz-Free Curls. We're always online. We're always answering questions. You can also feel free to shoot us a question via customer service. Give us a call. You can call us Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We'll be able to answer all of your questions live right then and there. If you want to shoot us an email, you can email us to access your question. We are always ready and prepared to answer your question and help you through whatever process that you need to go through to find exactly what products you are looking for the actual natural hair look that you're going for. So without further ado, I'm going to ask that Janelle goes incognito on her webcam. See you later, Janelle. Thank you so much. And I am going to take it back over to Linda Elaine. I believe she has our winner for our giveaway. So let's check in with Linda Elaine real quick. Linda, are you there? There she is. Alrighty, so let me show you all again. I told y'all this box is heavy, full size product. So let me get my muscle ready to this box up to show y'all what we are about to give away. Okay, all those questions that you just asked us about the, let me see if I can prop it up on my knee, about the liquid hair vitamin. We have that in here. We have the leave-in conditioner, the wash, the jelly, the oil, the twist out, the mask, the paste, the entire collection. We are about to give away this box, the entire collection right now. So I'm going to pass the torch over to Linda as she announced the lucky winner. I'm excited over here as if it's going to be me. All right, Linda, who is it?
I love giveaways. Oh my God. Okay, so the winner is that was so corny. Sophia Ortiz, you are the winner. Yay,
Sophia, what was the last name?
Ortiz.
Sophia Cortez.
Ortiz.
Is that correct?
Ortiz.
Ortiz. Okay. Ortiz. Sophia Ortiz. You are the winner. I'm sorry if I totally slaughtered your name, but either way, you just won the entire Blueberry Bliss collection. This box is coming to you. What I'll ask you to do is go to Instagram, Frizz-Free Curls, shoot a DM message to them. They are live waiting on your mailing address right now. Go to Frizz-Free Curls on Instagram, pull up your direct messages, shoot us your mailing address and say, hey, I'm Sophia, I won the giveaway. DM us right now with your mailing address, and this box will be shipped out to you. All right, y'all, that concludes us. Thank you so much, Linda. I bet that was hard. So thank you so much for Linda and Malaysia. If I could have Malaysia back on just to say farewell to everybody as we conclude this webinar for today. There she is. So I want to thank Linda, I want to thank you, Malaysia. Thank you, ladies, so much for sharing your secrets, your tips, your advice, answering questions for everyone who tuned in today. I truly, truly appreciate it. I learned something new. I know everyone learned something new. Thank you so much for opening up and sharing this very, very important segment with us in terms of taking care and growing your healthy hair under there. So I really appreciate it. So from the entire CURLS family, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope you ladies have a fabulous day.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Absolutely.
And don't forget to
Until
check
next
out my
time.
YouTube and Snapchat and all that. So,
Absolutely. Everyone, thank you for reminding me. So everyone, I gave their names, their Instagram names, as we actually came into the welcome. For anyone who is just tuning in, Malaysia at Malaysia in the City. You can find her on Instagram. Linda Elaine at I am Linda Elaine. You can also find her on YouTube, but that is her Instagram handle. If you follow both of these ladies on Instagram, you'll be able to follow them in their live. Go to the YouTube. Malaysia said she's always on Snapchat, so you can follow her on Snapchat. So definitely connect with these ladies as they continue to share their natural hair journey with you. Thank you so much, ladies. I really, really appreciate it.
of course, thank you.
Bye. Bye. All right, everyone. So we are getting down to the wire. This concludes our webinar. But before you leave, I just want to go over a few announcements. The first 50 people that registered for the webinar and tuned in live with us today will be receiving a free styling kit. So that's going to come out 24 to 48 hours because we will be going through the list of emails that who everyone registered and everyone that actually logged in. We want to make sure that everything is fair. So give us 24 to 48 hours. If you are a part of the 50 that actually joined in and will be receiving that, we will be sending you an email asking you for your mailing address, your name, to make sure we have all the information and the steps that you need to do to receive your free styling kit. That concludes us for today. You all know where you can find us on Instagram at Freeze Free Curls, also in stores at Target, also online, curls.biz, the entire collection, everything, including the kids line, including the baby line. Everything is live on the site. You can order from your desktop 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you have any other question, you can also use a search bar on the side once you log into the website. If you are in a certain area, you're not sure if CURLS is near you, just type in your information, type in your zip code. It will locate the closest store to you where you can find CURLS on the shelf. We have so much more that's in tune. We have so much more coming up. Please connect with us on Instagram at Frizz Free Curls. If you have any other questions, any other comment, we absolutely love our community. We love each and every one of y'all. So make sure you connect with us. If you have any questions, just shoot them to us either on the customer service line or even on Instagram. I'm Deana. I was your moderator for today. You can find me at Deana Fierce, and Janelle, who also is the brand educator for CURLS. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Until next time, bye.